Cybersecurity 2025 Skyriver IT webinar. In today's webinar, we'll be providing a range of cybersecurity solutions that we believe will best enhance your organization's security. We'll also cover essential updates and strategies to help boost your safety and preparedness as we head into 2025. For all those who are attending today's webinar, we'll enter your name into a random raffle after the webinar is finished, and I'll go ahead and email the winners afterwards. So without further ado, let's get into it. Kind of a breakdown of today's content. So again, we're going to go over the team introduction of who would be presenting today. We'll go over a Skyriver IT company overview, the current state of cybersecurity and what's happening, some cybersecurity solutions and essential updates we recommend, and then we'll have time for question and answers within our chat. Presenting today, we have our CEO, Rudy Michelon. We have the client account manager, Aaron Kiambao, and then we have myself, Richard Lamagi, the marketing coordinator here at Skyriver IT. I'll go ahead and pass the mic off to Rudy now to kind of present a little bit about Skyriver IT.
Thank you, Richard. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending our webinar today. Hopefully, everybody will walk away with some learnings today that are useful to you. We are Skyriver IT. We've been around since 2011. We got our start in network engineering and help desk support. Since then, we've kind of moved up the food chain, if you will. And we have multiple offices, Newport Beach and San Marcos, Texas now. We've been deep into cybersecurity since before the pandemic. And we also do ERP systems and IT consulting. So those are some of the things that you can expect us to help support you with. Next slide, Richard. Some of the things that we do for our clients and that can be useful for anybody that is trying to get a handle on their IT environment and shore things up, especially on the cybersecurity side. We provide 24/7 live answer help desk. We have senior level engineering so that any issues can be escalated and get you quick answers. We have virtual chief information officers that will dig into your company's IT strategy, understand where you're going, what your budgets are, and work within those confines to provide you with the best solutions going forward. We can document all your network, and all our communications are jargon free. We speak to you in plain English, just like we're doing on this call. None of the technical jargon, straight up plain English communication. As far as reports on your system, we can provide you with detailed information on, number of threats averted, help you with planning projects and getting things to a point where, we understand feedback from all your calls. There are surveys that are sent out with every ticket to all of our clients, and you can respond to those and provide our team with feedback there. We also provide quarterly business review meetings. So those are QBRs. Our quarterly business review meetings is when we'll sit down with you, kind of go over what the main issues that have resulted in, your ticket count are the main drivers. And then we kind of look for a root cause analysis. We will propose projects to you, things that will help streamline things, automate things. And as far as purchasing new technology, I want to remind everybody that we are in a transition year. Windows 10 is sunsetting now in October, and Windows 11 is now what you need to be on come October to be under support and to be able to receive services from companies like ours. So just a quick reminder, and we can help with that. We do volume purchasing, and we do pass along our volume purchase discounts to our clients. Next slide. As far as IT consulting, one of the things we like to tell people is that I have a lot of gray hair, and through that experience, I've seen kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly of different solutions out there that are being applied, and hopefully can save you from getting more gray hair. by building on our experiences and not having to reinvent the wheel for yourselves. So we do offer IT consulting services. This will cover everything from the mundane, you just need to replace a piece of equipment in your technology stack, or a complete migration to an enterprise resource planning solution, an ERP system. We can help you with that. My background personally is I'm a CPA, and I've pretty much worked with all of them over the years before, specializing here in IT. So this is something that we bring to the table and is a differentiator versus other companies that are in the same space. Next slide. Um, As far as our customers, we believe that you have a Bill of Rights, and in that Bill of Rights, you are entitled to clear, jargon-free communication. So plain English, as I've mentioned earlier. And some of the differentiators versus how other companies deal with this. Most companies, you're going to need to talk to a dispatcher, explain your issue to them, wait for a call back from the level one tech that, pretty much knows how to map drives and, connect printers, but that's probably not your issue. And so then you're going to have to explain your issue to a level two, level three person. And by the time you're done, you've explained your issue 3, 4 times to different people, and you're pretty frustrated. So with us, it works a little differently. We assign primary and secondary engineers to every account. When you get on the phone, you're talking directly to those engineers, and they will help you with your issue on one call. Most issues resolve within 20 minutes. That is a big differentiator, and also first time resolution. So our issues are tracked, and we have a 95% first time resolution requirement for our company. So when you call us, we're not applying band-aids and letting the problems kind of multiply when something more significant is required. So we hunker down the first time, we get it done right the first time, and getting your issues fixed right, reaching the people that you need to reach on the first call, and having clear communications in plain English are some of our key differentiators. Next slide.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you for those words of wisdom, Rudy, and the introduction to Skyriver IT. Now, let's take an in-depth look at the current state of cybersecurity. Here, we'll take a look at what the number of cyber threats look like, the general ransomware trends, and the overall cost of ransomware. So, we're seeing a significant rise in cyber attacks, with ransomware being a major factor. This shows how critical it is for organizations to focus on cybersecurity as a priority. This increase means companies are facing more threats than ever before, and ransomware continues to be a persistent problem. Fraud is also ever evolving, and it's not just limited to financial institutions. Individuals are becoming major targets. Phishing, social engineering, and identity theft are on the rise, and it's a personal risk for everyone. People need to stay aware of how these attacks happen and to avoid falling victim. Data breaches remain an ongoing ever threat. Even after years of increasing cyber incidents, we're still seeing major spikes, like this 34% jump. It shows that major attacks like these are getting more aggressive and that there needs to be strong data protection than there ever has been before. Ransomware has become nearly universal. 88% of companies were impacted. What's more alarming is how many had to halt operations. This shows that ransomware isn't just a cybersecurity issue, it's business continuity threat. Phishing and social engineering are on the rise. Nearly 42% of organizations facing these types of attacks in 2024. This is a significant jump. It highlights how cybercriminals are constantly adapting their strategies to exploit human vulnerabilities. One of the key challenges we face in the cybersecurity field is cybersecurity skills gap. It's currently between 2.8 and 4.8 million jobs. This gap means that there's a major shortage of skilled professionals to tackle the rising threats, and companies are struggling to find the talent needed to protect their systems. We look at general trends of ransomware. Healthcare. Healthcare is increasingly a target for cyber attacks. In 2024, over 180 million healthcare records were compromised in the US alone, impacting more than half of the population. This shows how valuable healthcare data is to cybercriminals and why the healthcare sector must invest in stronger cybersecurity measures to protect patient information. A real-world example I'd like to kind of lean back on is the devastating impact of ransomware on Scripps Health. This attack, it caused a 4-week operational disruption. It affected everything from electronic health records to imaging systems and telehealth services. This hugely highlights how ransomware not only compromises the data, but can also severely disrupt essential services, especially in critical sectors like the healthcare. Let's not forget about the finance sector. The financial sector has been a constant target for cyber attack. Over the last 20 years, nearly 1/5 of all reported cyber incidents have been impacted by financial institutions. Given the sensitive nature of financial data, this sector is always a prime target for cyber criminals, and the consequences of breaches are far reaching. Manufacturing has become the most targeted sector for cyber attacks, largely due to increased connectivity and transparency of data. For the past 3 years, manufacturing has accounted for a quarter of all cyber attacks. And what's more alarming is that 71% of these attacks involve ransomware, showing how cyber threats are increasingly disrupting global supply chains and production processes. When we look at the overall cost of ransomware, cybercrime is a massive financial drain, with the FBI estimating losses over 12.5 billion. This figure underscores the scale of the problem and how widespread cybercrime is, affecting businesses, individuals, and governments alike. When organizations struggle to find skilled cybersecurity professionals, it costs them more during data breaches, about 20% more. The average cost of a breach now sits at 5.4 million, which emphasizes the importance of filling the cybersecurity talent gap to reduce financial and operational damage. Ransomware continues to be a major financial threat, with recovering costs averaging 2.7 million in 2024. This high cost shows how ransomware impacts both the immediate operations and long-term financial stability of affected organizations. One of the most staggering examples is the ransomware attack on Scripps Health. I mentioned earlier, this cost the organization nearly 113 million. In addition to the financial loss, Scripps Health also agreed to compensate victims for $3.5 million. This illustrates how ransomware attacks can cause both direct financial harm and long-lasting reputational damage. Financial institutions heading back to those are also hit hard by cybercrime, with direct losses amounting to 12 billion. This highlights how cyber threats can undermine the security of global financial systems, affecting not only companies, but also the broader economy. Paying a ransom, doesn't always guarantee recovery, and in fact, only 9% of businesses that pay actually get all their data back. Additionally, they often face the risk of receiving more than just their data, whether it's hidden malware or a quote unquote ticking time bomb that could cause further damage down the line. We're now going to introduce a range of cutting edge cybersecurity solutions and vital updates designed to strengthen your defenses, with a focus on advanced strategies for enhanced protection. I'm going to hand it off to Aaron Kiampa, our client account manager now.
Perfect. Thank you, Richard. Let's go ahead and start off by talking about next generation antivirus. Now, next gen AV is a modern approach to endpoint protection that goes beyond the limitations of traditional signature-based antivirus. Traditional antivirus depends on known malware signatures to detect threats, which means they often miss new or unknown attacks. Next gen AV uses advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, and cloud-based threat intelligence. This enables next-gen to detect and block not only known threats, but zero-day attacks, ransomware, fileless malware, and other sophisticated threats that traditional antivirus tools often miss. In short, next-gen is built to handle evolving threats of today, tomorrow, delivering smart, faster, and more adaptive protection for your organization's endpoints. While we're going through these slides, please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put in our chat. We'll be able to answer them at the end of the presentation. Next slide, please. Up next is Datto's software patching solution, which is designed to keep endpoints secure and up to date by automating patches processed for operating systems and third-party applications. It identifies missing patches across all managed devices and automatically deploys updates during scheduled maintenance windows, helping to minimize downtime and reduce disruption. A major advantage of centralized visibility, using Datto RMM dashboards, we can easily track patch status, spot failed deployments, and ensure all devices stay compliant. This is a key component of a layered security strategy. Since unpatched systems are prime targets for cyber attacks, Datto helps ensure that patching process is efficient, reliable, and scalable. Next slide, please. This one is called Kaseya Office 365 Backup. It's a cloud-to-cloud solution that protects critical Microsoft 365 data, including emails, SharePoint, and OneDrive and Teams. While most assume that Microsoft fully backs up their data, it actually offers only limited retention and recovery options. This is why having a dedicated backup solution like Kaseya Office 365 Backup is so important. It provides automated scheduled backups that allows for fast recovery for emails, files, or even entire mailboxes, whether data is lost due to accidental deletion, ransomware, or user error. All backups are stored securely in a separate cloud location, ensuring you're not relying solely on Microsoft for data protection. This solution helps maintain business continuity, supports compliance, and gives full control over your Microsoft 365 data in today's cloud-first world. Next slide, please. Next, we'll talk about endpoint detection and response. Most know it as EDR. It's a cybersecurity solution that continuously monitors end user devices such as laptops, desktops, and servers for threats. Unlike traditional antivirus, EDR doesn't just block known threats, it uses threat intelligence, machine learning to detect suspicious activity in real time. If a threat's identified, EDR tool provides immediate alerts, detailed insight into what exactly happened, and it gives you the ability to isolate the endpoint to prevent the attack from spreading. This is critical in today's threat landscape where cybersecurity is becoming just more sophisticated. EDR is a key component of a proactive security strategy, helping organizations detect, investigate, and respond threats faster and more efficient. Next slide, please. Lastly, we'll talk about MDR, which is Managed Detection and Response. It's a cybersecurity service that provides 24/7 monitoring, threat detection, and incident response, all handled by one team of security experts. Unlike EDR, that just alerts when something suspicious happens, MDR takes it a step further by actively investigating threats, providing detailed analysis, and even responding to incidents on your behalf. MDR combines advanced technologies like EDR, threat intelligence, and machine learning with human expertise to quickly identify and stop threats before they can cause serious damage. With MDR, you get expert level protection, rapid response without the need of large internal teams. It's a powerful way to strengthen your security posture and gain peace of mind knowing someone is watching your environment around the clock.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again, Aaron, for delivering the good news on those solutions. Now let's talk about when things go wrong, right? Because they do naturally, whether it's hardware failure, ransomware, or just human error, your data has to be protected and you need to get back up and running fast. That's where Kaseya BCDR comes in. First, it takes care of backups automatically. You don't have to think about it. It just runs in your background, backing up critical systems, so you're always covered. If something does go wrong, you can recover quickly. We're talking minutes, not hours or days. That means less downtime and your team stays productive. Your backups are securely stored in the cloud, which makes them even easier and even safer in the event of a local disaster. You also have flexibility. You can back up everything, certain files, even full systems, depending on what you need. And when it's time to restore, it's fast and simple. Plus, backups are replicated offsite automatically, giving you that extra layer of protection. At the end of the day, this is about peace of mind. With Kaseya BCDR, you're not just backing up data, you're protecting your business from serious downtime. Let's look at Dark Web Monitor ID now. Most cyber attacks today, don't start with a brute force hack. They actually start with a stolen username and password. In fact, studies show that 86% of data breaches involve stolen credentials. Unfortunately, those credentials often end up for sale on the dark web, and many organizations don't realize it until it's too late. That's where Kaseya's Dark Web Monitor ID gives you a protective edge. It continuously scans dark web marketplaces, forums, and dumps for any compromised credentials tied to your organization. If it detects something, you get it a real-time alert so you can immediately reset passwords or lock down accounts before any damage occurs. And it's not just a few accounts, it monitors your entire domain, providing comprehensive visibility into your exposure. This tool is the ultimate game changer. And unlike antivirus or MFA, which react when an attack is underway, Dark Web Monitor ID helps you prevent breaches before they even start. It's a simple, effective way to reduce your risk and give your team and your clients peace of mind. We jump to simulated phishing and secure awareness training with Bullfish ID. One of the biggest risks for any organization isn't just the technology, it's the people. In fact, studies show about 90% of security breaches happen because of human error. And here's the thing, a lot of companies, they don't have a solid program to protect that human attack surface, right? That's exactly where Kaseya's Bullfish ID comes in. This tool combines realistic phishing simulations with ongoing security and awareness training, and it can reduce the chance of a cybersecurity disaster by up to 70%. You get access to a bunch of ready-made phishing kits, or you can customize your own to fit industry or the latest threats. The simulations look just like real phishing emails, so you can get an honest look at how your team responds to it. Plus, you can schedule these tests to run automatically, whether regularly or randomly, so your people are always learning and staying alert. And with granular targeting, you can even design campaigns that mimic your organization's actual email style, which makes the training hit home even more. Before we dive into SaaS alerts, just a quick note, SaaS stands for software as a service. These are basically cloud-based applications, right, that your team uses every day, like Microsoft 365. Getting further into it, in today's hybrid work environment, securing access in these SaaS applications is more critical than ever. Kaseya SaaS Alerts platform is designed to unify and fortify your securities across these cloud services. First, you get instant alerts, meaning you're notified right away of identifying access management events or intrusions as they happen. This real-time visibility allows you to respond quickly before threats even escalate. Then we look at regional lockdown control. You can restrict access based on geographic regions. This geofencing capability blocks logins from suspicious or unorganized locations, adding a crucial layer of protection. The SaaS Unify feature, this scans and manages your organization's devices inventory, ensuring that your trusted devices can access your critical resources. This helps bridge the gap between your cloud apps and the devices your team uses every day. Next, looking at SaaS Fortify, this strengthens Microsoft 365 security by identifying vulnerabilities and automating security policies across your environment. This helps MSPs quickly apply Microsoft recommended best practices to all their customers as well. To give you a sense of how effective all this is, in 2024, Kaseya SaaS alerts prevented over 11,400 potential breaches across more than 1,100 partners. That's nearly 10 incidents stopped per partner on average. Together, these tools provide a unified, powerful way to secure SaaS applications, making sure only authorized users on trusted devices can access your resources while keeping your security policies strong and up to date. With all that being said, I'm going to pass the mic off to our CEO, Rudy Michelin. He's going to mention a little bit about VPN testing. Rudy?
All right. Thanks for that, Richard. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about pen testing and vulnerability scanning, and it's probably something that's being required by your insurance companies right now. So we have the tools to provide that to you. Basically, what this is a way of kind of virtualizing an attack on your network. And the PEN stands for penetration testing. So we basically ethically go in there, hack into the system. There's some routines that are run and kind of expose any of the vulnerabilities in the system so that then we can work on the remediation. You'll get a detailed report. We will provide you with a number of steps to take in terms of remediating things and getting things back on track. And it's designed to operate without, really creating any kind of real life situation in your business where you're gonna, be down for days or under some kind of a real attack, right? So this is something that is a virtual penetration test and an attack on the system to just stress test it and make sure that things are running smooth, that we've got all the layers of defense up and doing what they should be doing, and that you can sleep well at night knowing that you're protected. Next slide, please. Along with the pen testing, there's also usually a requirement to have a cybersecurity assessment done. So these are detailed cybersecurity assessments that will kind of go through all the nooks and crannies of your network and figure out again where there's room for improvement. And we will provide, again, detailed reports on, here's your baseline. These are the kind of the standards that you wish to comply with. These are the gaps. These are the things you have to do to get things back on track. And we can provide kind of a roadmap for that. One of the areas that we seem to do a lot of work in is with defense contractors. So they have something called the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, CMMC, and that is something that normally, we go out there and look at the standards that the large defense contractors are asking the small defense, supply chain to comply with. And usually, depending on what level of compliance that you need to be at, it could be as many as 110 to 130 different points that we specifically look at. Other areas that are similar to this, more on the compliance side of the house, are HIPAA and FDA. We also do some work in those areas. So if those are things that you are looking to comply with, just rest assured that we can, provide you with those assessments and compliance roadmaps. Next slide. Finally, going back to cybersecurity insurance, this is something that we can help from day one. So if you don't have it, filling out those questionnaires can really be a pain. They're very detailed, and unfortunately, if you don't fill them out correctly, then the insurance companies can use that against you in the event that there is an incident. And now you have a claim and they will just refund your premiums and not cover you. So you have to be very careful asserting that you have certain things in place. We can make sure that, we can provide you with the right toolkit to do all these things and to make sure that you get a break on your insurance premiums. So some of the things they're going to ask you for are things like cybersecurity awareness training, multi-factor authentication, having either agents installed on your computers that provide 24/7 monitoring, vulnerability patching, patch management, and then, formally written security policies and procedures. Again, we can provide a lot of these things, and in-depth assessments. Again, that's something that they may ask for. And then, these are things that we offer, as well as the VPen test, as we mentioned before.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you again, Rudy, for the words of wisdoms and on those solutions. Here's a few ways before we kind of end the webinar. Stay connected with us. We have our emails on here, our website, and that number to always call us at. Our new location, we're located as Greenwich Drive now, so feel free to look us up there as well. And then I believe Aaron, our client account manager, had one more thing to kind of mention here.
Yeah, I do. I do want to let you guys know. I know we talk a lot about IT security, but I do want to mention that we also work with a company called Verkada. They're a leader in physical security. So if you're interested in that as well, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll be able to set you up to secure your IT environment, but also your physical environment, like office or buildings. So.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again for that, Aaron. And then a huge thank you to everyone that showed up today, taking time to learn more about Skyriver IT, our company, and what we have to offer here. We're hoping to make a big impact on the industries alike and you guys as well, and helping everyone out. So now I open up the floor. I know we've been kind of shooting some questions in the chat, but if there's any more questions, now would kind of be the time to throw them in as well. And while we're waiting for some of those questions, if we have any more, I just want to reiterate the fact, after this webinar is over, I'm going to go ahead and raffle separately, all the people that were here live, and then I'll go ahead and email out the winners of a couple of the raffle prizes we have. So stay tuned for that as well. See a lot of people typing right now, so hopefully that's a good sign. Oh, of course, Rose. Thank you for making it. We appreciate you being here. And hopefully there was something that caught your eye, caught interest, and you know. So Eric says we are all remote. We don't have a physical location, so no servers, etc. Would your solution still be viable on top of Google security?
So we provide different levels of assistance to clients. We can provide, full service, on-site, fully managed. When you don't have a physical location, this has happened with a lot of our clients during the pandemic. We basically were a big enabler, and people leaving their physical workspaces, leaving their commercial leases, and we were able to secure, a full remote support for the bulk of our clients. So I'd say right now, where we were uh, prior to the pandemic, maybe 80-20 physical versus remote. Now it's flip-flopped, and it's 80% is remote and maybe 20% physical. So on site. So yes, we can definitely provide support to remote users. We have users that span the globe. We work with companies primarily headquartered in Southern California when we started out, and we are able to, provide services to these companies as they expand nationally and internationally. So we have clients as far as China, Europe, and right next door in Mexico.
Okay, perfect. The next question is from Mary McDonald. Is Foe or Fox attack part of onboarding or ongoing?
As part of our onboarding process, what we can do is we will provide you with a baseline assessment of your business. We will not do penetration testing as part of that onboarding. That is a separate service. But we can do a cybersecurity assessment, and we do that for all of our clients to just lay out a roadmap of what needs to be beefed up from the cybersecurity side. Later on, once those basic defenses are all in place, yes, we can talk about adding VPen testing to your account.
Perfect. Perfect. We have any more questions, folks? Again, feel free to throw them in.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, then we will give you the gift of time. Hopefully, everybody learned something today, and it was a useful presentation to you. Thank you so much for joining us today on our cybersecurity presentation by Skyriver IT. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Of course. Have a good one, Ford. Bye, guys. Again, welcome to the Cybersecurity